So my dog got mad at me the other day. I mean, not so mad that he blogged about it or anything, but he definitely yelped about it.
What?
God damn it, Mike.
God damn it.
Oh, you're already going into jokes. Sorry.
Woof.
What do you have for me this time? Hacking into the stock market, closing down a bank, fixing an election. It's all easy.
Right on.
Oh, it preceded the work by 6 years. So this
So it's
Jurassic Park, the book, is a ripoff of this book.
Wow.
all right. So welcome to the next episode of the Trash Kings podcast. Adam Edwards joined here with Apocalypse Howell, Joey Graham, and Justin Petty. Tonight we watched CARNOSAUR, 1993 film, directed by Adam Simon and produced by Roger Corman. What we found out was this thing, it looks like it was kind of like a loose, shitty movie based off of a Jurassic Park trailer, because it came out like 2 weeks before Jurassic Park. But as it turns out, what Joey found out, this thing was based off of a book that came out like 6 years before the Crichton book that was like, or that, Spielberg based Jurassic Park off of. So it's like a rip-off, not even a rip-off, but like both pieces of Jurassic Park ripped off this thing. And this is really bad. So I guess we can go ahead and jump in. I guess we can go around the horn about kind of thoughts and general feelings on it. So we can start with Justin, I guess. JP?
I don't have feelings on this.
I have feelings about the intro. I feel like we should intro Justin Petty as the director of Nothing Really Happens.
The director of Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. That's fair.
We don't have to do that. What if we didn't do that?
No, moving forward, we'll do that. But we're going to keep this episode the way it is so that we can keep this like uncomfortable moment in forever.
Yeah, I think this is good, honestly. Unacclaimed director.
Director Justin Petty.
Yeah, I think we should, some personal intros.
Yeah. Most known for giving his own film 4 stars out of 5 at a film festival.
No, I'm sorry, it was 3.
I think he gave him 3. Yeah, I think it was 3 out of 5. I was so pissed.
I was also mad, but I didn't realize it was 3.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Sorry, we're getting
I didn't want to skew the votes one way or the
baseball,
other,
but...
so I gave it perfectly neutral.
Yes.
I shouldn't have been allowed to vote in the first place.
You didn't want to
Thanos ass over here.
Granted that it was at a prestigious film festival. It was a small one, and we were one of how many? Maybe 20,
10?
30. It felt like 10 people in the theater. It was probably like 25.
Yeah, all the more reason that my vote shouldn't count.
All the more reason that your vote should, because there was an award.
There's a higher possibility
for the best rated film.
Anyway.
Yeah, but I shouldn't be able to vote for that.
You're too honest.
Stupid.
Anyway, so Justin made a film called Nothing Really Happens and is also making another film called Dickhead. But
guys, we all made this film.
And he's a guy who talks about he's seen CARNOSAUR and he doesn't have any feelings about it at all.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean,
moving on.
I have frustrations. I don't have feelings.
What were you
sure
frustrated
that's a feeling.
about CARNOSAUR? Yeah.
It was just.
This very real.
It just was.
Just was.
I don't know. Like it didn't know what it wanted to be. It also didn't really have any direction in the scenes where it was trying to do something creative. Like Man, I don't know. Can we cut this part out? I'm really
No, it's fine. Let's back up. Let's back up. Let's try to go over what this movie was about. So
Yes.
basically,
That's a good way to start these usually, I think. It's like everyone explain what they think the plot was, and we'll try to get to some
yeah.
coalescence around that.
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, start us off.
So the movie was about a corporation that was taking a town's chicken supply and slowly converting it to Bigfoot. Always tried to steal the helicopters from the CIA, but one time they couldn't really get the helicopters real smoothly, so Bigfoot had to run off and dodge bullets that were flying at him because they came after him. And then all of a sudden the chicken somehow mated with the girl, and then she had a baby and she had to rip it out, and it gave birth to, eventually Bigfoot got the helicopters, and we've already seen those paintings, but then the movie ended.
I can't fully argue with anything you just said. Because it sounds like it sounds like exactly like what it would sound like if someone was describing this plot in actuality.
Yeah.
It would
That's
kind
just
of
Are there
Yeah.
any helicopters though? I didn't see a helicopter.
like if anybody was really explaining the plot to me, I would be like, yeah, and then my eyes would roll back in the back of my head, and then I would tune at the end. I'd be like, oh, and then someone gave birth to a dinosaur.
Why did she put a towel down for the birth?
Is she ripping her own stomach open?
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? Did her belly button just open up and then close again?
Yeah,
No.
probably.
The dinosaur's got a vagina head.
That's true. Yeah, that's crazy.
So maybe I'm not the best sword.
Okay, to be clear, there's no Bigfoot in this movie. There is, however, a character that resembles Roseanne, but only to Justin Petty. And
Nice. It was her.
Director of Nothing Really Happens in Dickhead.
The director of, yes, a couple of unacclaimed films. Yeah, she is trying to overtake, I guess, this is based on the plot I read of the book. Not anything I discerned from this
I
film.
feel like you were disqualified then.
Well, I don't think it disqualifies me. It's not like race, but
Now
Well,
the
the whole point
opinion.
is to.
she's definitely doing something. Like she's doing something. She's up to something the whole movie. You don't really understand what. It's never very clear, except until she impregnates a woman with a dinosaur. Then you get like, okay, she just wants to make dinosaurs, I guess. And then there's like dinosaurs showing up in eggs, and then there's dinosaurs everywhere. Surprised they didn't do like the ripples in the drink thing.
Oh yeah. Was that it? That must have
Pretty
been
sure that was in
trailer,
the trailer, man. Like 100%, right? And then they kill some dinosaurs, and then she employs some kind of government type service to destroy a bunch of people, or maybe it's the government. I don't really know. It's a fucking bad movie. It's really bad.
Yeah.
I don't even. Can anyone else do better?
No, I think you pretty much nailed it, Joey, because you read the description.
Wasn't reading it just now.
Yeah.
That was the
it's just-
opinion from self-published author Joseph Graham.
I've never self-published anything.
Self-published a comic book.
Okay, yeah, I have. So yeah,
Yeah. I don't. It's bad. Like there's
So bad.
dinosaurs. There's
That's just there's no real story. Like there's not even a way.
No.
There's not even like a way to start a conversation about like, oh, like it had this, and then there was like a part that was bad, and then they lost it here. It starts off bad, it ends bad. There's nothing that makes much of any sense. It's really
It
like
was
they
about
had
halfway
a
through the movie before we even saw the dinosaur.
like I would say
Yeah.
like Tammy and the T-Rex makes like this movie.
Tammy and the T-Rex had like
This-
a plot and like a
right, it has like
structure
an
to it.
idea and structure and things
Right.
going, like it made sense. This is just like
Yeah.
it's really just throwing the kitchen sink at it. They're like, we have a dinosaur puppet. We got a desert sequence here where there's a dig, but it's not a dinosaur dig really. Okay, let's throw
Right.
some drunken teenagers into it and we'll have the dinosaur kill it. We'll figure out how this works into the movie later. It felt like they were just like shooting stuff and then throwing it into a loose plot and hoping it sort of works.
How many scenes we have in the movie are dictated by how many actors show up today.
Right.
Yeah, it's as loose as that. I would love to ask what was the name of the director, Adam something.
Adam Simon?
Yeah, we should try to get him on this podcast.
Oh my
Just
god.
so we can. I'm sure he doesn't have a lot going on, but
No. He's
Just
currently
right.
in pre-production on something called Shadow Man, so I think we can get him.
Well, maybe we could definitely get the co-director Paul Maloney, who is now location manager for something or something. Regardless,
So he's a parking lot
I would
attendant
love
now.
to know what the script writing process was and like how it was working with Roger Corman at the state. I feel like it really just seems like they saw the Jurassic Park trailer and were like, how can we make a dinosaur movie and put it out before
Right.
Jurassic Park? And
Let's make
they
this
were
as
like,
quickly as possible, as
and they
cheap as
proud-
possible.
you know, it's just like we've watched a lot of these movies. There's like 100 Terminator movie ripoffs.
Mhm.
There's a bunch of Conan type ripoffs.
Mhm.
But how many of
what other
them
ones,
came
like-
out before the thing they ripped off?
And that's exactly the genius of Roger Corman in this situation, which, you know, the movie is terrible, but he didn't lose money on this fucking movie 100%. He spent $5 clearly and like probably made $1 million. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good idea. It's a terrible film.
it's bad. I mean, like, yeah.
It's even bad for us, which is saying something.
Yeah. So I guess like we've covered a pretty good stretch of our normal questions, and I don't know, maybe do we just want to jump into the rating at this point? Like, I don't know what else there is to.
Oh, we talked about earlier, Mike. You said this during the movie, and this is one of the questions we don't normally do. Would you ever consider remaking this?
Oh yeah.
Do you think it would be worth it?
Yes.
Why?
All
Yeah,
right.
I could see it being like if they just dug into a really well-made comedy.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Steve Carell being in it, and we were like, that would be.
Yeah, but I
weird.
agree. He's a little over the top.
I was thinking more of like a, what's the Tim Burton movie with the Mars Attacks, like that
yeah.
style
Oh,
movie,
yeah.
but with like some more modern actors, like obviously Jack
Joe
Nicholson's If you could get Joe Rogan to be in it, it would actually make a lot of sense. Yeah, it would be like
And Kevin James.
wild people like that,
It's just
like
the cast
old
of grown-ups.
Tim Allen.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah, he would be the president, obviously.
There's no character development, and that's the problem. Is like you are introduced to one character, and then all of a sudden they're not in it anymore, and then you got new characters, so you have no emotional attachment to anything going on in the film.
Yeah, you're supposed to be gravitating towards the which turns out to be a younger alcoholic doctor guy.
Yeah.
The guy who says what the funny line.
I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy.
Yes, I think
Wait,
you're
he was
supposed to
a
be
doctor? I thought he
gravitating.
was like a farmer.
No,
No, he's
yeah,
a doctor.
he's a doctor of some kind, and then the girl, the blonde girl with the dark eyebrows, Thrush, yes,
Which I remember because that is the name of a disease that you don't want.
Yes, I thought that too. I was like, I can't remember what thrush is exactly, but I know it's it's a health issue. And I don't want it.
It's like a venereal disease that you
Ooh.
really don't want to have.
Oh, is it VD? I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Is it a DVD?
yeah, you're supposed to care about those two characters. Is it DVD?
It's not a BD. It's just a fungal infection. Apparently
Yeah, but it
babies
usually
get it a lot in
affects
their
your
mouth.
Yeah, but it usually affects your
Oh,
mouth
yes,
and
thrush.
your vagina.
Yes, for babies and apparently whores.
Thrush is just a yeast infection,
Hmm.
not
Okay,
a
that
venereal
makes
disease.
sense. Okay, you
So
don't
her
have to be
name,
a horse.
Not
so the
spread
character's name is
misinformation
Dr.
here.
Yeast Infection.
On
To
our
clarify, I love
White Bro
horse.
podcast.
White Bro podcast.
I mean, we're talking about Joe Rogan, right? So
Well, yeah. Him being in a Mars Attacks type film does kind of make me interested.
But you know what? I actually think, I know this sounds like, I don't know if it's cliche or not, but like Kevin James could do this movie in a
Yeah.
Mars Attack style. And
Yeah, it needed more. It needed the cartoon aspect of it needed to be ramped up.
how do you spell Roseanne?
Rose, Rose, and Anne.
N-N-E? Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Thank you.
Why are we looking up at Roseanne? She doesn't look like Roseanne. Laura Dern's mom does not look like
Yes, she
Roseanne.
does.
Oh, the human being is the worst. Human species is a disaster.
Dinosaur movies, it feels like a pretty small niche, right? Outside of Jurassic Park, what else is there?
I don't know, there's just not a lot of meat.
Land of the Lost.
Meat on the bones. Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's not a lot of dinosaur movies. Like pirate movies, there's not a lot of those
Land
either.
Before
Well,
Time.
that's what I'm saying is like it's hard. That's why I don't think anybody's making them is because no one takes them seriously. So you'd have to make it like a joke. So yeah, it could kind of work. I don't know. We can move on from this remake conversation. I think no one's gonna remake this fucking movie.
I think we already sank our.
I'm gonna remake it
Now.
just so I can have that dinosaur answer the phone.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
that dino
was
should have answered that fucking
okay.
phone.
So
I
yeah,
don't know
for
why.
some context, there's a dinosaur that walks by a ringing phone booth, and it's a ridiculous looking dinosaur. It definitely looks like a puppet that's on someone's hand.
It's just like an entire generation of like fucked up people.
Oh no,
You got him.
I'm so sad.
There you go, Justin. Finally shot the fucking dinosaur.
Somebody can
was-
finally hit something.
And you're just like, I think it's like the Tammy and the T-Rex
Yes.
knowledge. You're like, oh fuck, he's definitely gonna pick up that phone, right?
Mhm.
And then he does it, and you're like, this movie's taking itself too seriously at this point. And you're like 45 minutes in, and you're like, we know it's shit. Just give us the shit we want.
Yeah.
Clint Howard's here. He's eating chicken. He's getting discombobulated.
I wonder if, upon reflection, does he feel good about this scene?
I gotta watch Clint's dad here. Oh shit! Like what the fuck?
Yeah, Clint Howard gets his head ripped off or
While
cut
he's eating
off.
fried chicken, yeah. Which
Which do you think that was because the dinosaur was mad that he was eating the chicken?
But
maybe.
then that makes
I
the
didn't think
dinosaur
about it.
eat the chicken.
Right, because he's
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's eating him.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's collateral damage.
Yeah, I don't think they thought about it that much. They were just like, Clint, will you come out for the movie for a day. And then
And he was
"Of
like,
course,
yeah, as long as I can eat as much
fried
as I want.
chicken on screen." Does anybody have any like favorite shot for favorite shot, favorite scene, perhaps, from this film? There were a few good ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's a scene at one point when the dinosaur is attacking a woman. She's like laying on the ground, and it's like attacking her, and it cuts to the dinosaur's point of view. And for whatever reason, in this movie, when it's the dino's point of view, the entire thing is green. I don't know why dinos see in green.
Dinos are green,
but
yeah.
they do.
Did you just say I'm hungry?
But I thought that shot was really fun because I was just imagining the camera person holding a camera and just shoving it in and out of this woman's like face as she's screaming.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a good one.
But that's all I got. Yeah.
I think my favorite scene was the fucking random, like at the beginning of the movie before it feels like any real characters are established. There's like a dad whose teenage daughter goes out drinking with some guys in a Jeep, and they get attacked by a baby dinosaur, and they're all murdered. Come on,
Except
dinosaur.
less rape.
Less rape? Oh shit.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Just got disemboweled. This is terrible. It's a baby.
Hey guys, I'm here for the gangbang.
Am I late?
Dinosaur's just eating ass.
I like the dinosaurs see in green.
Those guts
I hope you don't mind. I eat ass.
completely. The dad, I don't understand how he showed up at the chicken factory or chicken lab or whatever. But he's like, my daughter's dead, and she's like crying. He's like crying a shitload. And then Roseanne is like, she's back in this murder room. And then she lets him into this room, and he walks past all these pipes and stuff, and then there's like lasers, and there's a dinosaur, and then he gets his hand. The shot of his hand being lasered off, I thought was very cool looking.
Yeah, that was good.
I didn't understand why that was in the movie, but
And that reminded me, because like leading up to that, I had mentioned while we were watching it, that scene of him like in the weird interrogation chamber. Like that shot felt very like Twilight Zone-y to me. It was like very like weird and like, I don't know, disembodied kind of stuff. But
yeah, it didn't make
And then, like the dinosaur just kind of appeared in the middle of it, like it teleported. I don't know. It just
at that
took a
point, you
sci-fi
think
term for
there's
like half a scene.
Yeah, at that point you think there's one dinosaur, and then it's like you cut, and then there's this other full-grown dinosaur, not a baby dinosaur that can fit inside a Jeep. How is it here now? The dinosaur's just moving around willy-nilly.
it looks like an old Godzilla puppet. Like it doesn't.
Oh shit, that's showing up behind some lasers or some shit. I don't know. A lot of it's just ideas that they were like, oh, this is cool, which is, a lot of these kind of movies, but this one didn't really pan out as much. I mean, the lasers and the dinosaur and the hand cutting was cool though, but I can't deny that. So that's my favorite.
I think my favorite scene in it was the 10-minute exposition in the beginning.
So, for more context, I went on and on about how I dislike movies that open with a lot of exposition.
But to be
favorite
fair,
scene.
Joey also
And
does not like Coen Brothers movies, so we all know,
I know,
how his taste.
Or Wes Anderson.
I like Wes Anderson movies.
Would you say this is a cynical movie?
No.
No.
No,
I
it's
just
just
wouldn't.
bad.
Yeah, it's just a bad movie. Yeah. I'm cynical about it.
No, I mean, they weren't being cynical. They just seemed like they rushed through production to complete.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
would
don't think
say
that they're being cynical at all. There's no message to be taken from.
Yeah, that's
this
what I was
movie.
gonna
Right.
say. Is like
Yeah,
there's
there's not a
it's not
lot.
cynical because there's nothing to it.
There's
Like,
nothing being said. It's just stuff happening. There's a woman that wants to make everyone dinosaurs, but I have no idea why. There's no reason.
Because of the
There's
chicken
nothing.
corporation.
I mean,
Because
she's
of the
like,
chickens. Okay. It's just nonsense. It's a huge
Yeah.
nonsensical mess, and it makes me sad.
she's a bioterrorist for the greater
Yes,
good
she's a
of humanity.
bioterrorist.
I have to destroy.
I'm almost
dinosaurs.
willing to read the book. If the book was like 120 pages, I would read it.
It's $120.
Yeah, because
It's like $1 a page.
Jesus Christ! Every page you turn, cha-ching. $1 a page. I'm gonna self-publish a book. Buy page 1 today. Zero people will buy it.
Help me fund page 2.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
I think we've kind of covered most of it. Let's see. Favorite part, best shot. Did anyone like it? I think we've decided no.
Yeah.
Best performance. There's no good performances in this. Literally, I can barely remember. I can remember some faces. I can't remember. Okay, so
I guess the best performance would be Clint Howard.
Yeah,
He eats the fuck out of that
'cause
food.
he's eating a bunch of stuff, and I don't remember anything he says. But
his
he
character has
definitely eats a lot.
consistency, and his is the only one that does.
Does anyone remember who said, "How do you like your eggs?"
I think that was the doctor.
Yeah, that was the tough
The
kid, tough guy.
Okay, so he
Oh, the
also had the
tough guy.
lobotomy line. So I mean, he at least delivered those 2 lines pretty well.
Yeah.
But Clint Howard, yeah, he shows up and does his Clint Howard bit, and the sheriff, the black sheriff dude.
Oh yeah, he was good.
Yeah,
Like
like
he was good. The wife, like that husband. and
Yeah,
wife
they have like
scene.
a good scene. That scene stood out, even though it I think because the whole fucking rest of the movie is so fucking terrible. It was like a normal scene with like people acting like human beings.
Yeah,
Even
it was
like even like
having-
50% human was like, oh okay.
It was a cute scene, and then for what?
Yeah, and then but then I didn't understand it because then it was like then there's a tiny dinosaur in his hand, and then
but he's
then
like, I'm gonna clean up, and him
Yeah.
cleaning up is cracking open eggs.
pants somehow. Oh shit!
Ooh.
Oh no.
Rod,
They got some
it
frosting
just-
on that window.
What? Like cake frost?
No, the window itself is frosted.
Okay, I could see how you might get this stuff all over here. Might need that apron.
Did he even try to?
How did that fall out of that bowl? Oh shit! There's a dinosaur.
Oh no.
Wow, this is actually good. Well, I guess he's gonna cook.
He was gonna like make breakfast or something.
But then like he shows up and his kids. It cuts away for a while, and then he's in bed with his whole family, and then he leaves for
Yeah, we met.
reasons.
Did they ever show these kids before?
No, nothing's ever really established in this film. And then he shows up in front of a pet store and fights a dinosaur, and it kills him. He was okay. I don't know who wins this competition. Does anyone feel strongly that any one performance was any better than the other? I think
No.
they're all very shitty.
Yeah, it was a hodgepodge.
Even Clint Howard's is like they don't give him much to do. Him eating chicken, maybe, yeah, that was probably the best scene. Him eating chicken and getting killed by a dinosaur, which is
I think we can
sad.
call
Hmm.
Yeah.
He had that rant while he was at the bar,
Yeah. Okay.
but it wasn't really good.
No, it wasn't. We went over the bees a little bit. Did we do that while we were talking? I don't remember.
I mean, so we can do it real quick. So
Yeah.
this one is pretty short on the B's, and the B's are, boobs, butts, blood, boats, butterfly knives. What else? Beasts,
Brontosauruses.
brontosauruses,
Brachiosaurus.
Oh,
brachiosauruses.
excuse me. Brontosauruses aren't real, correct?
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
Okay, so
So-
Brachiosaurus only.
On that list, there's no boobs, there's no butts, there's no boats, there's
There's
some
a-
blood,
Some blood.
there's beasts for sure.
For
I
sure.
mean, there's
No-
no
There's no
brachiosauruses.
boners.
There's no
No
boners, and there's no butterfly knives.
No butterfly
There's
knives.
no butterfly knives is a huge strike against this film. If there was a
So-
random butterfly knife in this movie, I would have actually liked it a lot more, I think.
This movie
Yeah.
actually seems adamantly against knife culture.
Yeah. If there
Yeah.
had been
Wasn't
a
even a
guy,
single
if there had
knife
been
in
a
the movie.
random, if there had been a random ninja or something, how I feel like they would have benefited greatly from having seen Jurassic Park and then trying. And then
that
trying
would
to-
defeat the whole purpose of making this.
I
film.
know it would have affected the commerce of it, but perhaps we should look at Carnosaur 2 to see if things improve
Oh yeah, they made
based on
three.
having seen.
This is a
yeah,
dangerous game.
This is a dangerous game.
I don't-
to see if things improved. If they had seen that, they saw Jurassic Park, they were like, that's how you do a good. That's how you do a good movie. And they saw the Australian guy, and they were like, oh, we should have an Australian guy, but they instead added like a ninja that killed dinosaurs. Which, if there were a ninja in the movie killing dinosaurs, that would make this movie like 10 times better, to be honest. Which still wouldn't make it very good, but
yeah.
just saying. So the B is pretty low. We got like 2 out of 7 or something.
Yeah, we've got like a little bit of blood and some beasts, and that's about it.
Right on.
All right. We'll wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Bags of trash. Don't start with me, please.
I'm
Huh?
giving it. What?
Out of 5. Out of 5 bags of trash.
I'll give it a half bag.
Half bag of trash.
Wow.
I mean,
It's pretty low. Yeah. I'm gonna go either 1 or 1.5. Did you say 1.5, Mike?
No, I said 0.5.
0.5. Okay, I'll go 1. 1 bag of trash. 1 full bag.
I almost want to give it 1 full bag simply because they saw a movie on the horizon that was about to make a lot of
Right. I
money.
mean, yeah.
And they were like, we've got 2 weeks to fucking make a movie. And they did.
I mean,
And
I
then they
wish I
got
could give it less
It's
because
commendable.
of that. Like, there was literally nothing in this movie that they cared about.
No, there was some
There was-
practical
there was
effects that
zero-
were a
fucking
lot of
money,
fun.
man.
There
Yeah,
there
it's
was
for-
zero heart in this movie. Like, there was nobody acting in this movie gave a shit about it. Nobody writing this movie. Nobody
and
shooting
that's-
this movie.
I
Nobody
disagree.
cared during this movie.
I'm gonna give it 0.75 bags of trash.
0.75. Okay, that's
All right.
This is a cash-in movie, and it was
The
was
guy who
bad.
delivered the fucking "How do you like your eggs" line was
is worth a 0.5. 1.5.
Yeah, he loved being there. He loved having that opportunity.
You're right. That one guy is maybe the
He-
performance of the film. Now that we think about it, because he was the only one who seemed like he wanted to be there.
He understood what he was doing. He got it. Like he enjoyed it. So I'm
I
not
would've
giving it
liked to see
1.5.
him
I'll
in
give it
Hollow Man.
1.
but
But
sticking with 0.5.
that's
All right,
fine.
fuck it. I'm gonna go 1.5. I'm gonna.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna give it an average of 1. so we
Do
don't-
something, fence hopper. That's why nobody's gonna vote for you for dog catcher.
True.
What?
Never running for dog catcher.
Uh,
To be honest.
yeah. Okay,
Oh,
so
man.
we've got
Well, because you don't catch them.
You know,
He has a catch kill.
I have to do math because of this now.
we've got JP bringing in Carnosaur in at 0.5. Is that right?
Yeah.
Apocalypse at 0.75. I brought it in at 1, and then Joey at 1.5. bags of trash, which probably averages out to about 1 bag of trash.
I think
It's actually closer to 0.71.
Okay. 0.71 bags of trash for Carnosaur, the 1993.
Rough.
Oh God, just terrible thing.
Carnivore. Carnosnore.
You got one more?
Let me look up on my thesaurus.
Oh, we can give a shout out to what's your buddy who makes the t-shirts?
Oh, Joe.
Thesaurus.
Joe Prindeville.
What's
With,
his
his
company name?
Push shirts.
Poosh. Poosh. Makes a
He did a
fun
really, really clever.
thesaurus dinosaur
shirt.
t-shirt.
He knows all the words.
Knows all the words. I own it. He sent me one. I think probably so that I would talk about it, but it's been 10 years since he sent me that shirt. So
Hey, it's still a popular
hey,
shirt.
Joe.
Kids are buying the shit out of it.
I hope one person buys this shirt based on this podcast. That'd be great.
All right.
I'm gonna
So
go buy it now.
pushshirts.com.
Poosh
I think it's just
Design.
Push.com.
Poosh Design.
Push
I don't know.
Designs.
Poosh Designs.
It'd be cool if we knew the URL.
I'm trying to, pushdesigns.com.
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 And he's on Instagram as Poosh Designs. There you go.
And while you're there, go ahead and give us a follow at Trash Kings 126 on Instagram and trashmoviekings.com. I have no idea if that site's going to be up by the time this podcast comes out, but
It will.
it's coming
Maybe.
out. It's
Maybe.
coming.
I don't know.
It's
Maybe
coming.
not. We'll see.
But yeah, so thanks for joining us. Again, I'm Adam Edwards. I'm joined with Apocalypse Howell, Joey Graham, and Justin Petty, the writer director of unacclaimed films Nothing Really Happens and Tickhead. And yeah, we'll see you next time on the Trash Kings podcast.
So wild to have a celeb on here.
Welcome to our podcast, everybody.
Or
Tonight we're going to be
flop.
talking about Carnosaur.
He's just gonna do it all over again. I have to pee so bad.
We gotta do it.